So, look, at the end of the day, this has to change. I give him some credit. I'm really hard on him when it comes to really trying to make the game of basketball better. But I give him credit for trying to make a rule to make the players play. But you can't punish players who actually try to play. There's so many times Ant Edwards could have sat out for more games and could have took off when he didn't. He played and fought to get in every. I mean, he just played the other game versus Dallas, and then today he missed. Or yesterday he missed Detroit. So it's like he was fighting to play. It wasn't like he. I mean, he just physically couldn't play. And so the games need to be low, but I just believe there needs to be exceptions. Like if I can look at Ant Edwards and say, okay, this guy fought the whole season. Even like I said, playing Dallas, not playing versus Detroit, like that's fighting. Dude, like, he's trying to play. If I can see that, then why does he need to be punished? It should be either you lower the. I mean, I still think you should lower the games no matter what because honestly, it's too high. It's cutting it too close. Um, I would. I mean, was it 65 now? Maybe 60. I would try 60. Maybe 58. But there needs to be exceptions. Kate Cunningham is another one. Like oh, and you can say, oh, because then you say, oh yeah, it's a one-off. It's a, well, not anymore. And I mean, what really makes me upset is like in the year 2035, when we're arguing about where Anthony Edwards is all time and where is his career and who's better than who, Anthony Edwards is going to be missing an All NBA appearance because this rule is put in place and it needs to be adjusted. And that's what it's. And there was no rule to make exceptions for guys like him, so who actually fight to play in the games. So that's what upsets me is like now we're gonna say, oh yeah, well he would have made All NBA, but because there was a rule, he didn't make it, and then not like so that's gonna be used in arguments in the future. And so, Cade Cunningham the same way. If he gets left off and there's no exception, which it looks like it won't be, then Cade Cunningham's gonna be out of an All NBA. I mean, like I just don't understand how that's right. I mean, like so I mean, and then we're giving All NBAs, and then now we're giving All NBAs to people who don't deserve them, because how many players on planet Earth are better than Anthony Edwards and Kate Cunningham? There are very few. There are very few. There is pretty much almost as good as it gets, and we're gonna be getting now these other dudes who don't deserve All NBAs are gonna be getting All NBAs. So it's like I don't believe in like giving awards to people who don't deserve it. Like if everybody knows Aaron Edwards deserves an award, then give him the award. If everybody knows KD, then give him the award. Especially when these guys are fighting to play. Um, like I said, there should have been an exception in cases like these where like Ant is playing, is trying to play. Same thing with K. Like these guys are not trying to miss games, but they just can't. They just can't help it. I mean, it's hard, especially when they let some of these dudes get beat up on the court. So it's just like these guys are fighting. There should be an exception. This rule needs to change. I think start with 60 next season, and then I might experiment even with a 58. Give more room. I think that'd be better. And like I mean, there's a lot of guys. I mean, Jokic is cutting it close. I think SGA is cutting it close because they both they missed a big chunk of the season. So it's not even just an Ant problem. Like there's a lot of guys who might make it by one game by like and they can only miss one more game and they're done. So it's like it's not just an Ant and K thing. Everybody, a lot of players that are deserving of All NBAs and MVPs and stuff like that are cutting it close, and so I'm not too big a fan of it. All right, now I'm a fan of the idea, and I guess I can't I gotta get credit for coming with the idea, but now we need to adjust, and so that's where you're gonna I need to see adjustment. That's why I want to see. You don't just make an idea and then just leave it how it is. You always got to keep trying to make it better. And so let me see Adam Silver adjust now and say, okay, we need to adjust let's lower the games. Let's give them 5 extra games. Try it out next year, and then we'll even do a thing where we can make exceptions for guys like Caden, Ant, and SGA and Jokic. If it comes to that point where we know, like, hey, these guys had real injuries and they fought to come back, and they weren't just sitting games out because of the load management, or whatever. And yeah, well, that'd be better for me. Um, and the next thing, boom. Uh, I kind of laugh now because this is going to be an easy prediction for me because I know I'm going to be right because I know the level of player this dude is. Marvin Harrison is going to be an all-pro receiver. He's going to be one of the best shooters in the league. He's going to be elite. He just hasn't had great quarterback play. He actually played better with Brissett than he did with Murray last season. And if this guy ever gets uh, a real quarterback, he's going to be an all-pro level receiver. He's going to be a Pro Bowl all-pro, one of the best in the league. He's Marvin Harrison Jr. is that good. Like I don't understand like why this even has to come out. Because yeah, no duh, he's one of the hardest workers on a team. Like this dude's elite. You don't get to where he's at without being one of the hardest workers. Like of course, like he's a superstar guy. If I was an NFL team, shoot, if I the Cardinals, I'd be buying low on him, and I know I'd be hitting high. So the guy's a superstar. Um, he just hasn't had great quarterback play. I mean, I don't know what else to say. Like ever since he's gotten there, the organization has been dysfunctional. They haven't know they don't they're just now They went with Gannon. Gannon didn't work out. Kyler was a mess. They brought in Reset. Like if you put him on a real team with a real quarterback you really then you're gonna see what everybody knew he was coming out of school, and I believe he still is that. And so we did it with Pickens too, right? Pickens this Pickens, and when he gets a real quarterback, what happens? He goes to Dallas and becomes an All-Pro receiver, 1,300 yards, one of the elite receivers in the game. Like, let's not fool ourselves. When we see talent, let's just not forget what we saw coming out of school and act like quarterback play doesn't have something to do with it. So I'm not gonna I'm not gonna make the same mistake that everybody else made with Pickens. The guy's elite, and if he ever gets high level quarterback play, he's gonna do just like Pickens and establish himself as one of the best in the business. So it's just is what it is. But I just feel like people just like are acting like this guy's like a big bust, and he's not.